Hola, beautiful people. So today, put some lip gloss on. Today, I wanted to talk about your 20s versus then your 30s. I saw a lot of people. I saw a lot of people talk about this, and I think that is a good idea to talk about your 20s versus then your 30s. So if you want to know a little bit about my backstory when I was 20 versus then now, because I recently just turned 34. Stay tuned. Okay, ready? Action. Okay, I go by Zoe Way Artistry. All right, I am Zoe. Go by Zoe Way Artistry. And all right, let's go. Action. Here. Oh. Action. All right, cause now I just need to get loose. I wish I had a glass of wine. Okay, so your 20s versus then your 30s. First of all, when you're in your 20s, you think you know it all. But baby, you don't know jack nothing, okay? You know nothing. You still green. You still learning. Let's make that straight. I know for me when I was in my 20s, I was driven, right? I was hustling, like always working 2 jobs. I've always had 2 jobs from starting a job from the age of 16 all the way up until I want to say 4 years ago, probably about 4 years ago. I was always like, I was thinking like I needed money. Like I need money. I want to be very independent. I don't want to depend on nobody. I need money. So I made sure a sis always had a job. Now, what I would have told myself back then, of course we already know when it comes to men, was to take it easy. Don't have your ducks in all in one basket, or ducks in all in one bowl, however they said. People tell you that when you're in your 20s, like, girl, you're young, have fun, live life. Don't be crying over no boy, none of that. It's true. When you're in your 20s, I'm sorry, y'all. I got a sweater on, and it's lint everywhere. When you're in your 20s, it's like you trying to be a perfect quote-unquote girlfriend for somebody that's just temporary. In your mind, it's like, I'm gonna be with this boy forever. We gonna have kids. We gonna get married. But in your 20s, baby, trust me, that ain't that. I mean, now don't get me wrong. Some people fall in love with their sweethearts, high school sweethearts. That's true. But in some realities, some cases, no, baby. That's just teaching you what you want in your 30s, okay? That 20 love is preparing you for what you're not going to do or tolerate in your 30s. So, like, when I was in my 20s, I had to be in a relationship. Like, I felt as though that I needed to be in a relationship. I did not want to be alone. Like, I did not want to experience loneliness. So, I would get out of one relationship for about a year or 2, and then go to another relationship for about a year or 2. It didn't make any sense, but I just felt like I needed to be in a relationship. In the mix of that, I always had money. I always was a provider in every relationship. So I felt as though I needed to take care of a man. Like, if somebody would have came to me and was like, oh, I ain't got it. Oh, don't worry about it. I got you. Like, it got to the point where I never let a man be a man. And when you're in your 20s, you don't think like that. You don't think like, oh, he needs to be forefronting some of the bills, or he needs to be taking me out on dates and stuff like that. Like, you don't think like that when you're 20. You're just so green and then la and love land that you would literally drop everything, do whatever, however. Like, you're really this man ride or die. And the whole time, baby, they're not your ride or die. Trust me, they're probably doing something elsewhere. Who knows? Like, I had relationships where I let people drive my car and they have girls in the car. Or I had relationships where only thing nobody never did was bring a girl in my house. Like, hell no, we're not doing that. But I'm quite sure girls has been in my car that I didn't know about, because you know when you green and la they lie and say that wasn't no girl. I don't know what they talking about, but the whole time, girl, people be like, girl, trust me, I've seen this person in your car with this person. So I would tell myself, sis, chill out. Like, have fun, experience, you know, just dating. You know, you don't have to have one guy, you know, because you're gonna get your heart broken. It is what it is. Like, you're gonna get your heart broken. But the beauty part out of all of that is just preparing you for what you're not going to take in your 30s. Because as an esthetician, I have some young clients, and they come in there, like, you could tell some of them be sad and destroyed. And I'm like, well, what's wrong with you? You know, they like, it's a guy, of course. And I tell them all the time, when you get in your 30s, you're going to be like, oh, no. You're not tolerating all that. You're not tolerating the lying, the cheating, the coming in late at night, the saying whatever, doing whatever. It's like, bye. Either you here or you not. Goodbye. It's like something when you turn in your 30s, it's like, you ain't got time. Like, you done been there and done that. You do not have time. Another thing I can tell you when you're in your 20s is to travel. Travel the world. Do not sit around waiting for nobody. If your friends ain't got the money at that moment to go, or the money to do something that you want to do not stop your plans. Go have fun. Yeah, it might seem scary to do some things solo, but trust me, I have been to the movies by myself. I have been on random dates by myself. There's nothing wrong with dating yourself. For my 35th birthday, I plan on doing a solo trip, which is next year. I plan on doing a solo trip for myself. There's nothing wrong with being by yourself. And I think when we're in our 20s, we feel like we have to be around a lot of group, or just be around a lot of people. Trust me, when you get in your 30s, your friends be like, they going out. You be like, well, I'm tired. I'm going to bed. Y'all have fun. Call me when y'all get back. Like, that's going to be your whole mental. That's going to be your whole mindset. It's just like, I ain't going. When you're in your 20s, you feel like you want to see it all. Like, you have to be at every club. You have to be at every lounge. You have to be at every event. But when you're in your 30s, baby, when you're tired, you're tired. You're going to bed. Ain't no, oh, hold on, I'm going. It's, oh yeah, y'all go ahead. I'll see y'all when y'all get back. Or let me know how it is when you get back. So that's another thing. When you're in your 20s, you're going to want to feel like you want to be with the it crowd. Like, you want to be with that. If it's a group of girls, I feel like that's the it girls. You're going to want to gravitate to the it girls. But trust and behold, the it girls ain't where it's at, sis. Let me explain this to y'all. One thing I do know, when I was in my 20s, I never smoked or drink. Like, I didn't start drinking until I was 21. Until this day, I still never tried weed. I had a little edible one time or twice, but I never tried weed or nothing crazy. I was always called the grandma. Like, I would tell my friends, look, I'll drive. I'll take us where we need to be. Y'all go ahead, have fun. Because I was scared. Like, I was scared to smoke or drink. Like, that was not my thing. So I used to always tell my friends, go ahead, y'all got it. Do y'all thing. So you're gonna have friends like that, and no past judgment. No past judgment at all. Always be there for your friends. Always support them. Still let them know when right is right and what's wrong, but don't feel like you have to be under peer pressure, because at that age, you feel as though you're gonna be under peer pressure. And yeah, it's like, nah, when you in your 30s, it's giving. Nah, I said no. Like, you ain't about to peer pressure me. Another thing when you're in your 20s, saving. Now, I know we can get into some debt when we young. You know, we want to spend all our money. You know, you get credit cards, you know, you get your first credit card, so you're just swiping. Don't do none of that. Growing up, I told myself I need to save just because. And I never even knew what it was that I was saving for. I was literally a story time. I remember I didn't have any kids. I didn't have nothing. And I just was just saving money. I probably saved about $10,000 for about 3 years, right? I moved into my first apartment. And I moved into my first apartment with my cousin, and at the time, my child's father. At that time, everybody had a job. We all was working. But a month later, both of them lost their jobs. I don't know, God must knew, but luckily we had that $10,000 because I had to hold the whole house, and we didn't live in no cheap apartment. We lived in downtown, no, not downtown. We lived in Silver Spring, a nice Montgomery County apartment, and the apartment wasn't cheap. So by me saving that was us surviving off that money. So I always like to tell people, save your money when you're young. Like, I don't care what it is, just have a stash and just put it aside. Don't name it emergency money. Like, I don't never name none of my accounts emergency money. Reason being is because it's like you're speaking emergency. It's like you're speaking an emergency to your existence. Like, just do just because. You know what I'm saying? Because just because can be a tire blew out. Or in my case, what I did recently, broke my damn window shield. So, a window shield. Or it's just because if something, anything was to happen, you just got it just because. Credit cards. Don't run no credit cards up, honey. Your credit, I tell my daughter all the time, which I learned from my mother. Your credit and your driving license are the most important, two important things that you need to get your life ahead. You have to make sure you have good driving license, and you have to make sure you have good credit. Without those two, you're not going anywhere in life. So don't get these credit cards and run it up and thinking you're not going to pay a bill. Please pay your bills. If you get to a situation where things is moving like behind or moving slow or what may have you, call your credit card up and say, hey, I can't pay it this month, but I for sure will pay it next month. Or can we put a pause? Like, call them. Just don't stop. Just don't stop paying your bills. Like, be responsible. 20-year-olds, you know, you're not responsible. Plain and simple. Like, you know, at 20, I guess you feel as though, like, you know, I'm young. You know, it get paid for, but it hurts you in the long run. And I try to tell my daughter, things like that will hurt you in the long run. Pay your bills. Be responsible. It's very important that you be responsible at a young age, because when you get old enough and start learning how to maneuver and start learning how to, you know, move your money and do things with your money, it will be so much easier. You are not playing catch up in your 30s. You are being just fine in your 30s. What else can I say in my 20s? Just be easy on yourself. You're still learning, you're still growing, you don't know everything. Trust and believe. I'm 34 and I'm still learning stuff. I'm still figuring like, damn, I didn't even know that. So take it easy on yourself. You know, learn how to put yourself first, love yourself first before you can love others. It's hard to say, but it's true. Like, how can you love you? I mean, how can you love others if you don't love yourself? And when you're in your 20s, you can have a lot of insecurities. Like, you can be insecure on a lot of things. Who knows, your weight, your height, your looks. Like, it can be a lot because, and then nowadays with social media, we can see things nowadays. Like, it's right there in front of our face. Back in our days when we was growing up, we all thought we had social media, but it wasn't right in our face. Like, we had Black Planet and what was the other thing? Black Planet and I forgot the other ones, but we had those. But it wasn't nothing like what's going on now, where you can actually see everything. So nowadays, you guys are probably feeling insecure. But baby, listen, nobody's perfect. Nobody. I don't give a heck if the richest of the richest. No one is perfect. Not even the rich folks. You see, some rich folks are killing themselves because they feel some type of way. So please take it easy on yourself. Love yourself. Enjoy whatever features you have. Okay, if you want to go do a little something to yourself, make sure you're doing it for yourself and not for others. I'm not biased when it comes to plastic surgery. If you want to do something for yourself, do it. Because it's your body. But make sure you're doing it because you want to do it. And make sure you do it because after you do it, you want to feel like you that bitch. Or you that man. Or, you feel like you that, yeah. So that's pretty much it. Like 20s, it's not hard. Your 20s, although you have your struggles, you have your moments, but trust me, your 20s are a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. It's where you can just, live your life, especially if you ain't got kids. That's another thing. Kids, I skipped that part, didn't I? Having kids at a young age, like I said, listen, if you have a village that's gonna help you raise a kid, listen, do what you do, But if you ain't got no village, baby, listen, it is hard out here for a mother, okay? Don't have no kids because little Craig, little Day, all them on the other side say they're gonna help you take care of it, and then when the baby comes, they long gone. Don't have no kids for them. Don't have no babies for no man, because ain't no kid gonna keep a man around, especially when y'all young. He's still young. He still won't go out here and live life. You ain't gonna maybe go out here and live life. Now trust me, you going to be able to experience it, but to really live it and have it up like he is, it's not no option. Unfortunately, that's the price you pay when you're a mother. We have to do everything. Like, we have to do everything. I'm 34 and I'm still doing everything. Granted, yes, her father is still in her life, but when it comes to doing things, I'm the one that got to do it. So when it comes to kids, just take y'all time. Try to find somebody who really, really loves you, who really is going to be there for you and your child or kids, however may have you. Get married, do it the right way, or quote unquote the right way, because what's the right way nowadays? But try to just find that person who's going to love you unconditionally and want to marry you and want to see you guys win. Don't have no baby just because little daddy, little crazy say they gonna help you, or he's cute, he got money and da-da-da-da. Because let me tell you something, they are a liar. Plain and simple. Men will tell you whatever you want to hear just to get the cookies, ladies. They will tell you whatever you want to hear, whatever they want to hear, whatever you want to hear, just to get the cookies. That's when it's just like, when you're in your 20s, all I can say is just be smart, have fun, and live life to the fullest. Because when you're in your 30s, baby, I'm in my 30s now. My career is all I know. I'm not engaged. I'm engaged. I'm worried about my child. Ain't nothing else to worry about. It's all about family and business with me. It ain't about going out here partying. It's not about out here, getting the latest and greatest. Don't get me wrong, with all of a little luxury and all a little leverage and all that. But that is my least concern. My main focus is my family and my business. That's it, and that's all. And that's how you're going to live when you're in your 30s. When you get in your 30s, certain stuff that was like so important to you in your 20s, you're going to be living like, it is what it is. Like, you're going to have some friends that's going to come and go. So if you have friends that come and go, deuces. Like, no love lost. Still wish them nothing but the best and much success, but no love lost. And that's pretty much it. Like, I have nothing else to say about my 20s versus 30s, because honestly, it's just like, you live and you learn. Like, you just grow. And there's nothing wrong with growing. Like, nothing wrong with growing up and parent to another person. Like, there's nothing wrong with growth, because you're going to have growth. You're going to be doing things that you no longer want to look at your friends and be like, I don't do that no more. So that's it. That's all I had. I have nothing else to say. If you have anything that you want to ask me, like, comment, and subscribe. Y'all know the girl can't talk. But I hope you like this video. Please give it a thumbs up. This is feel like all new to the kid. But please have a thumbs up. And yeah, enjoy your 20s. And then you over here about to be in your 30s. Baby, come on over because the 30s is fun, you know. The 30s, they say, is the new 20s, you know. Still look young and whatnot. All right, y'all be safe. Deuces. Until next time, Zoe love ya.